Sportcat's Daily Gazette. Live across Australia on Dare Media Group radio stations. News, weather.
And somehow it all makes sense. Sort of. For more information, go to daremediagroup.com.au.
The boss jock has entered the building. You are listening to the Sportcat Show.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. You have the one, the only Sportcat. I am here with you for the next 2 hours on WZQR overnight. And, of course, our dear friends down in Australia, Dare Talk Radio, Radio X. I encourage everyone to come over to the Sportcat shows. We are growing here, and we need your support over on YouTube to help keep the lights on here. So, and you can join the chat, and you can meet some wonderful people here. We have Denise is here. Chris is here. I was trying to send the show information out to some more people, but running out of time. You can only do so many things at once. Let me press this button.
The views, opinions, and satirical content expressed on Sportcat's Daily Gazette are those of the hosts and Sportcat and do not reflect views of any affiliated networks, sponsors, or platforms hosting the show. This show is intended for entertainment purposes only. Please note, satire and humor, all commentary, especially on news, sports, and entertainment, is presented in a satirical manner. Statements made on this show should not be taken as factual reporting or professional advice.
That's right. And I had to mute Brenda. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. How are you, Brenda? How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Well,
you're not
okay.
gonna believe what happened.
You don't sound too convinced, but okay.
I went to grab my bottle of water and pull it over so I could take my pills, and I hit my pill cup and my pills, my vitamins, everything went all over the floor. And I take some dangerous medicine, so if my dog gets a hold of any of it, we're in trouble.
Jesus God, help me.
So I had to call Jack in here to come and retrieve.
Jack!
Jack!
Come make me meatloaf sandwich. I say that, now I want a meatloaf sandwich, damn it. So.
Oh, God, that sounds good. Make me a sandwich.
Let's see here. So, we got a lot to talk about today. So, you know what? I mean, there's nothing changed. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, there is something. Last night on the Sportcat show, we had some problems with our first guest, and we're going to get her back on because her time was cut short. I did some research into it because I was trying to figure out what the problem was. And this will be our first up story today. But Verizon was down in most of the country from about noon yesterday until sometime in the evening, depending on where you live. So that affected Jennifer from being able to come on the whole time. And in fact, she sent me a screenshot. When we could see her and her audio and video were clear, there was something on her screen going across that just looked like different numbers and codes.
Yep.
Now, she does have a high clearance government job, so she had to actually make some notifications about that. So maybe we're being watched. I don't know. But we are being watched, or rather listened to, in Australia. And we love you guys. I want you to know last night we had a huge audience, and I have nothing but love and thanks. That was a great show, even though it came off with a few technical glitches. But we had a great show, and I'm going to get Jennifer back on. And she's got some great stories, and she even has some stuff about Australia in her book. So, yeah. Well, she started as a Virginia State police officer, and after being undercover, she decided to go Fed, and she became ATF, and then she was the first female bomb person. I don't know what the technical term is, but and then she went into arson and bomb investigator, and yeah, so she's got quite a career. So.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, Brenda. So, anything going on with you, or are you besides your normal nuttiness?
Well,
there is that. So.
I kind of have a fever.
Brenda.
Which, let me tell you something. You gave it to me. You were licking the screen while I was on there. I know you were.
I am not responsible for any STDs.
No.
I am not responsible for any STDs. So
your little petri dish over there made you sick, and then me being online with you made me sick. So I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
You did it. It's all your fault.
Chris, let me know. I can hook you up. Or I think you're talking about Casey. Let me know, and I can hook her up. So she'd love to. He came in here right before the show, and actually he was busting the door down, trying to come in right as we were going live.
Telling you, that little petri dish. He's like, Grandpa, I got more to give you. Come here, please. Let me lick your food.
Yeah. So
I know it.
It's funny you should say that. Lick the food. That's what Paige used to do, because she had a younger brother that was carnivorous and would eat everything, and she would grab the biggest piece of chicken or whatever on the plate and lick it, and then put it back on there and go, "That one's mine."
Yeah, those ravaged beasts were your children.
Yeah. Like, we got enough food to feed all of them, so we're okay. But yeah, that was. So I'm afraid that Wyatt's going to start doing that now. Squirt's going to start doing that. You got to love them, though. You got to love them. So sometimes they drive you absolutely batshit crazy. So it's a short drive for me. But
he is the Kool-Aid man, Chris.
Yes.
He likes to get on. He likes to get Grandpa's headset when we're done, and go backstage and tell me, "Turn your camera on," and he wants to say hi.
Yeah. And I'm like, "No, you don't want to see that. That'll scare you."
Be nice. Oh, behave. What time is it?
It is 2:08 or 14:08 for you military folks on the East Coast, and that means that it's 11:08 in California. They've been relatively quiet in all this mayhem. Denver, 12:08 in the afternoon, 1:08 in Chicago, and so we got to look at our new 51st state. It's 4:08 p.m. there.
You're already counting Greenland, huh?
Might as well. We're just going to show up with our rowboat.
Well,
and take it there, so
you're going to have to also get, let's see, Venezuela.
Well, it's 3:09 in the afternoon in Venezuela. So, and it's 3:09 in the morning in Perth. Thank you for listening to us overnight, and it's 6:09 a.m. We're your morning news show in Sydney. So welcome. So, yeah, there's a lot of craziness. So I need to figure out what time it is in Iran. In Qatar, it's 10 at night. So I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll add that in there later. So, well, we only have 9% of the moon left. So, and as we were coming on, somebody sent me a message about a conspiracy theory about why we want Greenland so bad. Apparently, this is according to this person. I haven't researched this or vetted this information, but I'm more than glad to spread any type of conspiracy theory I can. Supposedly the military in a extraterrestrial craft got into a firefight and they downed it, and they want to take Greenland so that nobody knows that it's ours. So I don't know.
I think that's how we got New Mexico. Just saying.
That could be. Yeah. So yeah. So that's the thing. So let's see. Our watches are still 9 minutes out of sync with the sun. We're late today. So if you're late, tell your boss it's the sun's fault. It's not our fault. So yeah, it's still, you got a 9 minute window. And if you need a doctor's note, paramedic Sportcat will write you one. Just come over and let me know. I'll be more than glad to. So wait a minute, hold on before I get to this one. I loaded up here's the normal one we look at. I didn't really look at it. Who did the 90s song? Yeah, no, that one's always wanting you to write shit in. And then that's the other one. This is one new one. And it, whoa, I found this one. Whoa.
On there.
Wow, I didn't expect that. So this is a new one I found. If you want to try it. General knowledge, history, entertainment, dictionary, food and drink, geography, science, and nature.
Let's do food and drink because we're fat.
NFL football team. Their game times will be wild. Exactly. Which one, Brenda? I'm sorry.
Food and drink because we're fat.
Food and drink. Okay, we can do food and drink. All right. Whoa. Did you hear that? Or that was just in my headset? Oh, okay.
I don't know. What was it?
It was a boom. It was
that was just in your headset.
Okay.
Everybody watch out. They're blowing up Georgia.
Yeah, could
so I'll
be.
say goodbye to Glenn.
Yeah, we're being overtaken. Which alcoholic drink is not a part of the Singapore sling? Gin, Benedictine, vodka, or brandy? I think this is a trick question. Isn't Benedictine's not an alcohol, is it?
Brandy.
Okay, we'll go with brandy.
I guess. Good guess.
I don't know what happens. We chose brandy. Next. What happens? Maybe that's not the right answer.
Wrong.
Do you select more than one? Oh, maybe that's what you do. You select more than one, but still. Gin and vodka. Gin, probably. Let's just select all of them. Oh, apparently it was vodka. Vodka was the correct answer.
Well, I like this game. No matter how stupid we are, it doesn't let us lose.
Oh, Lord. Which of the following is produced by insects? Nutella, honey, butter, or jam?
Honey.
Honey. All right, 10 points. We only got 3 for the last one because I pushed every damn button.
That's what you get.
Sushi originates from which of these 3 countries? I'm sorry, which of these countries? Spain, Argentina, Japan, or China?
What is it?
Where does sushi originate? Japan, China, Argentina, Spain. You sure?
I think it's Japan.
Oh, that's 10 points, Brenda.
Yay.
How did iceberg lettuce get its name? Transported over ice, first cultivated by Mr. Ivan Sprague. Okay. Competition held to choose the name, or it's grown in the alpine snowfields. Ooh, how did iceberg lettuce get its name? We may have to go to the survey for the chat for help from this one.
What about because it's grown? The alpine
lettuce anywhere, can't you?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think you can grow.
Well, the thing of it is most lettuce, if you grow it like that where it's cold, it would still shrivel up. What about the guy's name? Let's go with that. He invented it. The hell.
Chris says it was on the Titanic.
Sure, why not?
Well, I think the simple answer is it was transported on ice. But I think it can grow ice. I'm sorry, grow ice. You can grow ice, yes. I think you can grow lettuce almost anywhere. So I don't think that's correct either about it being an alpine. Okay. So yeah, let's try Ivan Sprague. We could. What's the worst that can happen?
Apparently okay. Let's see. It was on the Titanic is not one of the answers.
Yeah, so. Chris, you're not allowed to help here. We've already lost points, damn it. So
call the guy, Chris, and tell him he was stupid.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to try the simple one. Transported, covered in ice. I'm just going to go.
Go ahead.
And I was right. See if you listen to me to start with. Blue Nun is a brand of wine from where? USA, Argentina, Germany, or Scotland? I've never heard of a wine coming from Scotland.
Blue Nun. Argentina?
Nun. That sounds like a reasonable guess. I don't think it's Germany. I think it'd probably be the red nun there. So let's nope, it is not Argentina.
Did we grow it? I mean, did we do it?
Hell, we'll try and see. Nope, apparently not. We're losing more points. So
okay, go with Scotland.
That's gonna be wrong.
Oh my god.
We got 3 points. Good job.
Well, we never claimed to be real smart, but hey.
No, you picked this one, not me. Which of the following? What makes the Bloody in the Bloody Mary cocktail? All right,
I know this one.
Is it tomato juice, Angostura, apple cider, or cherry brandy?
Nope, it is tomato juice.
You are correct. You're an alcoholic for 100.
No, I used to bartend for 100.
Well, I was a bartender too. Isn't life juicy in the slogan for which popular candy? Isn't life juicy is the slogan for which popular candy? Skittles, Ranchers, Starbursts, or Gummy Bears?
I think Starburst.
I think you're correct. Starburst. All right, we're going with Starburst. All right, we got 10 points there. Chris is with us, so. Which is an essential ingredient in cooking a carbonade, or is it carbonade? What is an essential ingredient in cooking a carbonade? Beer, mushrooms, cream, or lemongrass? And thanks, Chris. I got thong photos all over the bottom of my screen. Thanks. I appreciate that.
Cream?
I don't know what a carbonade is. Do you? What is a carbonade?
It's some kind of fancy little drink.
They're cooking it though. So.
Oh, well, yeah, cream.
All right, we'll go with cream. No, apparently wrong. Denise said cream as well. So mushrooms? I don't even know what a carbonade is. So.
I don't think it's mushrooms.
Lemongrass? You're left with beer, lemongrass, and mushrooms. Those are your options.
Oh, well, hell, pick beer. Who cares?
I don't know. All right. Well, oh, it was. Okay. Which drink helps to make the sunrise in a tequila sunrise? Oh. Is it grenadine, Benedictine, apple cider, or cherry brandy?
Grenadine.
Which drink? Okay. All right. I feel pretty confident on that one. Yep. Wow, the alcoholics are winning for 100. Number 10. In which country is the wine growing region of Stellenbosch? Austria, Germany, South Africa, or Croatia?
Germany.
Okay, that sounds about right. Nope, it is not.
You have got to be kidding me. That's it. I'm going to take my other leg off and beat my computer to death.
No, it wasn't us. All right, so we're left with South Africa and Croatia. I'm going. No, it's not great. No, apparently South Africa. So.
Do they make stuff like that in South
Apparently.
Africa?
We only got 5 out of 10.
Oh, my gosh. Boy, we really sucked at that one.
Yeah, we weren't very
from that one.
So, yeah. You want to try another one or move on because we got some news today? So what do you want to do?
As long as we're not going to run too far behind, we can. But if we are, then just go ahead and pop to the news.
Well, you're going to rant, so let's just move on because I know Brenda's.
Okay. Oh, you're going to get me started, aren't you?
Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm just going to read the news.
And then we have this thing right now.
I'm just a guy. So that's all I am. Which eats more grass, white sheep or black sheep? Which eats more grass, white sheep? Why is this a racist question?
You know what? Right. This guy is so funny.
Why do I have to determine which eats more?
They eat the same.
White, because there are more of them.
Oh my God, that guy is so fired.
Why are there okay? Why now I want to know why there are more white sheep than black sheep.
Well.
Oh my God, Chris, you were right. I didn't think of that. Chris, see, this is my guy right here. He comes up with it. He goes, I didn't want to mention your score because then you get more adult themes ad. Chris, I do have a news story just for you later today. So
oh yeah. And Chris, we need to handle our light work and take care of the guy that just asked that question.
Truth does not mind being questioned. A lie does not like being challenged.
This is true.
All right. Today, January 15th in 1991, the deadline for the Iraq drawdown from the Kuwait forces. They failed to meet it. resulting in an Allied invasion hours later. Yeah, we remember that. Hill Street Blues was launched this day in 1981. Critically acclaimed TV show Hill Street Blues on NBC. That was a cool show in its day. I really liked it. So Happy Days on its premiered in 1974 on January 15th. Happy Days on ABC. It was a spinoff of Love American Style. Did you know that? I don't remember that.
I don't
Love
remember
American Style? I thought
Yeah,
Love
I
American.
remember that show, but I don't remember the other one being a spinoff of it.
Yeah, it says it was a spinoff of Love American Style. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong show. I was thinking Love American Style was like was on a wasn't it like on a cruise ship or something?
No, that was the Love Boat.
Okay, maybe I must be thinking of a different show. I don't know.
I don't know. I remember the show, but obviously didn't watch it very well.
Well, I was so young, so I mean, you obviously were old enough to remember, but
you are the same age as I am. I don't know where you're coming up with this.
Bite your tongue. I'm a healthy 30. Vietnam War bombing halted. This day in 1973, peace talks imminent. U.S. President Richard Nixon orders a halt to all bombing of North Vietnam by American planes.
Oh,
it was nice of us. Ed Sullivan on this day in 1967 was censoring the Rolling Stones. They performed Let's Spend the Night Together, but were forced by Ed Sullivan to change the lyrics Let's Spend the Night Together to Let's Spend Some Time Together. Yeah. Apparently Mick Jagger and Bill Wyman rolled their eyes as they performed the altered lyrics. When they returned to the stage after the performance, they were wearing Nazis uniforms. That's great.
Oh my God. What is this show doing today?
This date, 1967, the Green Bay Packers beat the Kansas City Chiefs 35-10 in the first Super Bowl. So, all right. It wasn't changed to the Super Bowl until later, but that was the AFL NFL World Championship game. On this day in 1919, the Boston Molasses Massacre, a tank filled with 2.3 million U.S. gallons, that's 8,700 something metrics of molasses, ruptured, spewing into a 25-foot wave of molasses traveling up to 35 miles an hour. 21 people were killed and 150 injured. Buildings were swept off their foundation and several blocks were flooded to a depth of 2 to 3 feet. I have never heard of this.
That has got to be a sticky situation if I've
ever heard of it. Kidding. I've never heard of that one.
I haven't either. I'm going to have to look into that.
Molasses. Yeah, there you go. There's probably a good conspiracy. Get your guy on.
Probably. I'm going to get Chad on it right away.
There you go. Get Chad on. Nobody talks about the Fonzie wanting his office in the guy's bathroom where Milwaukee's guys ate bad hamburgers. Exactly. So it was the greasy spoon. Ew. Cartoon depicting the Democrat Party as a donkey. On this day in 1870, Thomas Nast publishes a cartoon titled A Live Jackass Kicking a Dead Lion in Harper's Weekly. Although Nast popularized the use of the donkey to represent the Democrat Party, it was originally used by Andrew Jackson in 1828 for his presidential campaign.
And what is that supposed to be under the donkey?
A lion. He was kicking the lion.
That is not the butt of a lion. It looks more like a bear.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. I'm not really sure, so and I don't really care.
Oh my God.
We'll make it bigger. No, it looks like a lion.
Oh well, okay, it does now because now I see the face. Okay, so that's the face, not the butt I was looking at. Okay.
So why is it? No, I don't know. I don't know.
Not kicking an elephant because the elephant's bigger.
That guy also created the first image of Santa Claus. Okay, Thomas Nast. This day in 1990. Oh, how about this? Much of the nation's long distance service is disrupted. AT&T's long distance service breaks down. What happened yesterday? All right. Jimmy the Greek on why blacks are better athletes. On this day in 1988, odds maker Jimmy the Greek Snyder gave his explanation of why blacks are better athletes, attributing it to selective breeding by slave owners to create larger and stronger slaves. These comments resulted in him being fired by CBS. I can't see why. I didn't see why he was fired for that. Oh, yeah, 1988. Jesus Christ. That seems like yesterday, but Jesus. 1970, Boeing 747 Pan Am's first was christened by the First Lady, Pat Nixon. 350 to 500 passenger jet makes the first airplane called the Jumbo Jet. Could fly up to 600 miles per hour. Entered service with Pan Am on January 22nd, 1970, and production continued until 2023. Some of those are still flying, so yeah.
Yeah.
This day in 1927, the monkey trial. The case against John Scopes, dismissed by the Tennessee Supreme Court. He had been convicted of teaching evolution in Tennessee. That's a really weird picture.
That is a weird picture. I thought it was some kind of half-breed.
Weird picture.
What on earth is going on here?
Chris says, I don't know how Jimmy the Greek kept talking and thought it was a sound move, even in the 80s. Yeah, I agree. That sometimes your brain overloads your ass, I guess. So,
yeah.
The first gold dental inlay on this day in 1907, a Chicago dentist describes his procedure to the New York, the Dentist Society. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. Kind of museum, the National Museum, freely open to the public, is the Parliament Act, and books and antiquities. Okay, Martin Luther King, he was Beefheart, born this day in 1941. American singer, appeared in, well, I think there's still problems on the internet today. Let's see, we'll skip through this. 2009, Captain Sullenberger lands U.S. Airways 1549 on the Hudson River shortly after takeoff. You know, I've interviewed pilots, and in training, they've tried to do this, and they couldn't do it. What he performed was an absolute miracle, according to multiple people I've talked to. So, let's see. Elton John won an Emmy for Farewell from Dodger Stadium on this day in 2024. Don't care. I'm just scooting through. Verizon must have gotten in touch with YouTube and said that he was talking shit about them. Yeah, well, it's true. So,
I talk about
there you go, Brenda. 1919, the Boston molasses flood. I have never heard of that. A 50-foot tall tank of molasses exploded in Boston's North End. A tidal wave of molasses pummeled the surrounding area. I have never heard that before. That's crazy. That's just to think about. Yeah, I mean, it is. So
because they had the mud floods, which were part of a reset. So was that also?
I don't know. I don't know. That's weird. I mean, I could see that. I mean, because of the the density of molasses, if it had that much of the explosion had to have given more inertia than it normally would have had, I would guess. But I don't know. Today is National Bagel Day. How do you like your bagels, Brenda?
Toasted with cream cheese.
Oh, well, okay. But what kind of bagel? Do you like a fruit bagel or a plain bagel, or what do you like?
I like plain bagels and sun-dried tomato bagels.
Okay. I prefer crispy garlic bagels. And then I've got the seasoning, put cream cheese. Yeah, my cardiologist, if he's listening, just tune out for a minute. Cream cheese and what is that one? It's like All the Fixins or something. I don't know. I love it that way, but or sometimes with a little hot sauce, which is cream cheese and hot sauce on a plain one. So,
Ew, hot sauce.
Yeah, not many people have
Crazy is that?
had molasses drowning on their death certificate throughout history. That's probably true. So, today is National Hat Day, Alpha Kappa Alpha Day, Indian Army Day, National Booch Day. Okay, what is a booch? I gotta know. I'm gonna push the button. I'm going in. A kombucha tea. Have you ever had kombucha tea?
No.
Huh. Okay.
Kind of looks good though. I bet it's healthy.
I've got a what do they call those drinks where it's natural with probiotics and all that stuff in it in the refrigerator, and I've not been brave enough to take it yet. Drink it. So.
What flavor is it?
I think it is elderberry. It's national.
You might like it. I like elderberry.
Oh, I love elderberry. So my mom got me hooked on elderberry. She would make elderberry jelly growing up. And it was to die for. National Pothole Day, National Strawberry Ice Cream Day. Yuck. Spring Festival Golden Holiday Week. What the hell? Spring Festival Golden Week Holiday.
So today's National Pothole Day. Does that mean that I send Jack outside to go drive through all the potholes and ruin $400 a tire?
You should. You absolutely should.
Yeah. Okay. Jack, go run into potholes.
And Brenda, while you're at it, it's Women's Healthy Weight Day. So make sure that you get healthy.
You know what? I'm happy. I'll get there.
Yeah, well, as long as
you
you're
quit licking the screen when you're sick, so you quit passing to me.
Yeah, you're not the only one I've passed STDs to, so just feel
You wish.
Oh Lord. 15th day of 2026 and the 26th day of winter. I don't really have a news story about this today, but Florida is got their iguana warnings out because of all the cold weather and
falling out of
trees and going to get much colder. So
if you're not from Florida and you're walking around out there and something falls out of a tree and hits you in the head, I can imagine the panic when it first happens. Swinging your arms, running.
Can you imagine like a 17-pound iguana hitting you in the head?
Oh my God. I'd want to take it home and wrap it in a blanket and make it warm and bring it back.
But they got claws and teeth. So no.
But they're vegetarians. They don't eat meat. They
still bite you and scratch
you.
They
can if they think you're going to hurt them. But actually, iguanas,
you just wrapped it in aluminum foil. You think it's going to be your friend?
They can be, yes. I had one of those, and I had a chameleon, and that one was really cool too. I used to like to feed him. I would hold a little cricket by the tips of my fingers. I would hold the cricket by the tip of my fingers, and its tongue would come out and slap it and pull it back in. Yeah, it was great. Iguanas are nice.
We had a chameleon show up in the basement, and Wyatt wanted to keep it, but Paige wouldn't let him put it outside. And I'm like, it's going to die. It's 20 degrees. That's why it's inside. Just put it in a jar or something. It'll be all right.
Put it in a jar. You put it in a tank, put a heat lamp on it, and throw it some crickets. Make it some vegetables.
He's already got a worm farm, so I'm trying to convince
that's
him.
What he needs.
He is a worm farmer. My grandson is a worm farmer. I don't know where he got it.
Don't let him have ants because he'll break the doggone thing and you'll have ants all over your house.
Yeah, he has got a worm farm. And so interestingly enough, it is a thing. And he's apparently him and his dad have gotten quite good at it. And if they can raise Georgia wigglers, it's a special worm for bait. Do not at me, PETA. Please do not at me. He could actually make some money for it. Like, oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
This day in 1943, the Pentagon was dedicated. So, 2001, Wikipedia was launched. Okay, so the Pentagon is the world's second largest building by floor area with 3.7 million square feet of dedicated office space.
Yeah, bunch of liars.
It is huge. So, not to mention the underground part we don't even see.
It breeds liars.
63 days until spring begins. Liar, 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 pants on fire. It's never coming. It's never coming. All right. Well, we get into the breaking news as we were coming on from the Daily Mail. Interestingly enough, this story is being broke overseas and not in the U.S. How about that?
No.
Officials probe into massive Verizon outage and uncover a likely trigger that cut services for thousands across the U.S. The nationwide outage on Wednesday may have been caused by a failure in just one East Coast state. Officials believe a network server in likely trigger of the day-long network crash. According to an initial investigation by law enforcement agencies on the East Coast, searching for signs of sabotage. However, many people on social media began to speculate that the hour-long network disruption, switching cell phones into SOS mode, was caused by a cyber attack. New York State Assembly member Anil Beefon has called out the Federal Communications to open a probe, but no signs of tampering or hacking by cyber criminals have been found so far. However, James Knight of digitalwarfare.com has told the Daily Mail that cyber warfare experts are very suspicious about this outage being spread across the entire United States within minutes.
They're the ones doing it. They're switching over systems, people.
Oh, okay. Well, it was out for most of the day yesterday. And if you're a Verizon customer, supposedly they're going to give you $20 credit. So.
And if you were isolated for any amount of time and you freak the hell out, y'all better hang on to your butts.
Okay. Jimmy the Greek was an expert in Georgia worms.
Maybe you need him. Read his book, Glenn.
And the guy on Kick says he's driving at the moment, but he's going to join later with friends. And he wants me to add him on Discord for more follows. Well, I tell you what, why don't you come over and find us on the Sportcat shows and bring all your friends, the hundreds of them, and subscribe. We need some help here. So
he doesn't do Discord.
He's driving. I actually do Discord, but he's driving, so he's a busy man. So this was breaking news as we came on. Oh, apparently Carolyn's up there talking right now. Trump has unveiled the new Healthcare Act, and it's an affordability plan. Apparently, he just outlined the framework, and he's leaving it to the legislation to make up the difference. So we'll see. He's calling on Congress to pass this framework into law without delay. Trump said in a video message, we have to do it right now so that we can get immediate relief to the American people. So that's because they can't come up with an agreement on the Affordable Health Care Act that expired at the end of last year, resulting in major out-of-pocket premium costs. So Democrats have relentlessly attacked Republicans for failing to extend the tax credit. So this is being dubbed by Trump as the Great Healthcare Plan. So we'll see. They're going to have some things they have to bang out in it because they don't have clauses for pre-existing conditions. They need to put that in there. And they don't have clauses about caps on rates. So he's provided the framework. It's up to our legislators to get to work and do the right thing. So we know that'll never happen.
You know what? They're gonna use that crap to shut the government down again.
Well, no, they're going to use ICE is what they're going to do.
Well, they're going to use a bunch of things because they're going to be like a bunch of pansy asses, stomping their feet, laying on the floor at the grocery store, spinning around in circles like a 2-year-old because they can't have their own candy.
So the number 2 person at ICE is stepping down because she's going to launch a run in Ohio for Congress. Madison Sheehan has joined a crowded GOP primary for a seat currently held by a Democrat. So there you go. Deputy Director Madison Sheehan Thursday resigned from her post and launched a campaign for Congress in Ohio, jumping into a crowded Republican primary for a seat that became more GOP friendly after the recent redistricting push. So in her campaign, she highlighted her time at ICE and has slammed Democrat Representative Marcy Kaput, however he said. In less than 1 year at ICE, I've stopped more illegal immigration than Marcy has in 43 years in Washington, she says. The hypocrisy, excuses, and failures can earn you a lifetime job. But on my family farm, that would put us out of business. So Ohio neighborhoods are safer thanks to President Trump and ICE, she posted. So there's a number of Republicans running for that district. So it's going to take place on May 5th. So we'll follow that and see how that pans out. Well, maybe she'll win. So I'm always leery. Why would you quit one job to try and get another job? You know, you've got one job that pays well. Maybe it's just me. So
maybe the other one pays more, or they need her there to cause havoc in that state, and they made arrangements for her, so that's what she's doing.
Ohio is a hotbed right now. Chris says smart move to get out of DHS and all that scrutiny to run for Congress, where you can enjoy a life of corruption and insider trading. yes.
You can open up daycares too, Chris, and make millions.
Did you hear this yesterday? An American doctor was being questioned at a committee hearing. She was an OBGYN, and she refused to give a direct and clear answer on Wednesday when asked whether men could get pregnant. The discussion between Senator Josh Hawley and Dr. Naisha Verma occurred during the HELP Committee hearing titled Protecting Women, Exposing the Dangers of Chemical Abortion Drugs at the Dirksen Senate Office building. Testifying before the Senate Health Committee, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee, Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee, Dr. Verma said abortion medications has widely studied and safely used for decades, warning that restrictions given by politics are harming them. Medication abortion has been rigorously studied and proven safe and effective in over 100 high-quality peer-reviewed studies, she told lawmakers, noting more than 75 million people in the United States have used the drug since their approval in 2000. Hawley pressed Dr. Verma, a senior advisor to physicians for reproductive health, with the question, can men get pregnant? And she refused to answer the question.
Here, I'll answer it for you. Men cannot get pregnant because even transgender, they cannot recreate the uterus. Okay?
No, she refused to answer, even though she called herself a scientist. And she said, science and evidence should guide medicine, but I also think yes or no questions like this are political tools, refusing to answer the question. She says, I'm trying to reduce the complexity of the question. It's a simple yes or no. That's not very complex. Even my simple brain could figure it out. So,
if it's a woman that's going transgender and she doesn't get the bottom surgery done, then yes, she can get pregnant.
Well, here's the real reason. She's going to be running on a Democrat ticket here in the very near future. So that's why she
hit me with a baseball bat.
That's the real reason she didn't want to answer. So she didn't want the Democrats to run her out of town. Why are we still talking about this piece of shit? Mohammed Khalid, the Maryland dad, that's such a nice guy, you know, the child travel pedophile and human trafficker, gangbanger,
wife beater.
So, well, it appears that a federal court has reversed the release of the activist, which means he could be imprisoned again, because they said the court, which was in a 2-1 decision, said that the lower court did not have jurisdiction and should not have ruled.
Well, I guess they can't find him.
So, yeah. So now we'll see what happens, but it's going to be kicked back down to he could be arrested and deported immediately, but we'll see. They'll file some other blah 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 thing. I don't know. Women have uteruses, period. Agreed. And Chris said, I saw somebody say Holly should have asked her when was the last time she treated a pregnant man, and where did she put her fingers to examine his condition.
You know what, Chris? You would be a awesome doctor.
Chris, I'm nominating you for Congress. You've been nominated to run for Congress. So
yeah.
This was breaking. U.S. apologizes for a mistake in deporting a Massachusetts college student, but they defend her removal. The Trump administration apologized in court for the mistake in the deportation of the college student who was detained trying to fly home to surprise her family for Thanksgiving. But they still argued that the error should not affect her case. Amy Lucia Lopez Valentinez, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, 19-year-old college freshman, was detained at Boston Airport on November 20th and flown to Honduras 2 days later. Her removal came despite an emergency court order on November 21st directing the government to keep her in Massachusetts or elsewhere for at least 72 hours. Her family immigrated to America from the Honduras in 2014. She's currently staying with grandparents and studying remotely. She is not detained and was recently visiting Aunt in El Salvador. Her case is the latest involving a deportation carried out despite a lower court order. We just talked about the one that said that Garcia, that guy, the court had no ruling or no jurisdiction. So U.S. Supreme Court is going to have to go settle this a whole mess. But so anyhow, they apologized, but they defended it, saying it was one agent's error that caused the problem. It was a clerical error. They apologized, but even with that, she did have a order to be deported, and so did her mother, and that was dating back to prior to this. So she's currently going to have to reapply to come back to the United States.
Oh.
So today, Trump is going to meet actually probably already has met the Venezuelan opposition leader, Maria Corina Machado, amid the political turmoil. So they're scheduled to meet today for lunch. It's going to be a brief lunch because he has some other things on his ticket today. So, but she was recognized as the winner of the 2024 elections. Remember, she was run out of town by that guy we just dropped in and picked up. So going to be discussing things about how to get her in power in Venezuela. So we'll follow that. We'll see. All right, Brenda, here's your time to go off. Last night, Governor Walz, I cringe to say that, and he was almost vice president. Jesus Christ. He did a state of like the union speech to the state of Minnesota. And in that, he urged Minnesotans to protect illegals, film ICE atrocities, and resist. He said that the federal government was trying to go door to door and pick up brown people. Okay.
The hell?
It's interesting. They want to call them brown people there, but then if they're Latino and they get arrested, they change to white on the criminal arrest record. Isn't that interesting? So
they need to go door to door and go pick him up, because that is the biggest idiot, walking jackass piece of patchwork I have ever seen in my entire life. Do you hear me? You're an idiot. Stupid. Your mom should have either flushed or swallowed. You're dumb.
Sorry. Hold on a minute. We'll just go down here and we'll get Brenda more upset. We'll let's see what we can do here.
So stupid.
No, I'm not arguing that, Brenda. So let's see here. Let's see if we can play this.
Let me say once again to Donald
Can you hear
Trump
this?
and Christy Nolan, and I know it's end of this occupation. We all have to defend. You've done enough. Justice and humanity. Let me say 4 critical things.
Why is it?
People
Why is it echoing? Yeah, it shouldn't be echoing. Hold on.
You had 2 of them up at the same time?
No, I don't think so. Let me look at my soundboard and see why it's echoing. Should only be playing in one.
So tonight, let me say once again to Donald Trump and Christy Nolan, and I know it's end of this occupation. We all have to defend.
Why? I don't understand why it's doing that. That's really
You've
weird.
done enough. Justice and humanity.
Let me say 4
critical things.
Is it playing more than one?
That's why there's more than one playing.
Of justice. We take care of our neighbors.
You got to be completely off the one screen.
Trying to do 4 things I want you to hear as you watch the news and look.
Why is it doing that? I don't have. Hold on. Let me.
Maybe running over him.
Maybe is it playing here? Can you hear that? You can actually hear.
I don't hear it.
Yeah, apparently it's a problem. So
apparently he said it so.
Well, the live stream ended with it. Okay, so apparently it was on their end. So, but during it, he said, "You've done enough, Donald Trump," in the occupation. So, but there was an echo, so it was on them. It wasn't us. So,
probably him. Probably his inner self thought it was going to talk sense into him and decided to agree, because even his inner self is a dumbass.
Yeah. He said, but as bad as it's been, Donald Trump intends for it to get worse. This week, he went online to promise that, and I quote, "the day of retribution and reckoning is coming." It is a direct threat against the people of this state who dared to vote against him 3 times and who continue to stand up for freedom with courage and empathy and profound grace. Second, you are not powerless. You are not helpless. You are certainly not alone. All across Minnesota, people are learning about opportunities not just to resist, but to help people who are in danger. You have an absolute right to peaceful film ICE agents as they conduct their activities. So carry your phone with you at all times. And if you see these ICE agents in your neighborhood, take out that phone and hit record. Help us create a database of the atrocities against Minnesotans, not to just establish a record for posterity, but to bank evidence for future prosecution.
But let's not look at all the money that I stole that lined my pockets, and I'm wearing a $1,000 suit, and I live in a big mansion. Thanks to all you people in Minnesota for allowing me to money transfer hand to foot, because me and the Somalis are in good. Yeah. Go ahead, you dumbass. You know what? This guy is, he's dumber than Goofy. Okay? He couldn't even be a Disney character. He is so damn stupid. I think that he lost his hair from rubbing his head trying to fucking think too much. Dude, you're an idiot. Shut up. Get out of there. Pack your bags. Leave town. God, so stupid.
There's basically
There's a monkey somewhere scratching its ass that has more brain power than you do. You hear me? That goat that's out there running around with the damn monkeys is looking for your office because he's going to replace you. Asshole. Get out of there, stupid. Sorry. Okay, I think I'm done.
All right. Yeah, no, you're doing good. So
breaking news.
All right.
Will you play our disclaimer? Did we forget that?
Yeah, no, we played the disclaimer. So before I brought you on screen, remember I said I muted you. So basically, Walls was saying, please keep all the attention on ICE so people forget about my corrupt daycare scam. That's a comment from right. So, and not long afterwards, with his speech on, I guess, the TV, there was an ICE agent shot. So, well, there was there was an ICE agent attack. There was an ICE agent
with a shovel.
So, yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. Tim Wall says he is proud of Minnesota protesters just before they riot and loot ICE vehicles. He said he's proud of the protests going on in Minnesota against immigration and customs enforcement, even as there are riots as violence taking place in the state in response to the ICE raids. He announced the end of his gubernatorial reelection bid because of a massive fraud scandal that is unfolding in Minnesota. He made the video on Wednesday evening in response to the Trump administration over the surge of ICE operations that has been taking place in his state after the shooting of Renee Good by an ICE agent after she drove her car into the officer.
Chris, do you have an extra room? I'm coming out there, and you and I are going to go to this office. I need you to show me where it's at.
Walls called the surge in ICE operations an occupation from the Trump administration. Let me say 4 critical things to the people of Minnesota. I want you to hear as you watch the news and look out for your neighbors. First, Donald Trump wants chaos. He wants confusion. And yes, he wants more violence on our streets. We cannot give him what he wants. We must protest loudly, urgently, but also peacefully. Indeed, as hard as we will fight in courts and at the ballot box, we cannot and will not let violence prevail. You're angry. I'm angry. Angry is not a strong enough word, but we must remain peaceful. The second point he made was that there are people in need of, quote, mutual aid as the riots and protests have been taking place in the state. He then called on Minnesota residents to record and film ICE agents in their neighborhoods and to create a database of the atrocities against Minnesotans, not to just establish a record for posterity, but to bank for future prosecution. He claimed that accountability would be coming for Trump over the ICE raids. His third point then added, that brings me to the fourth point. I want to say tonight how incredibly proud I am of the way you've risen to meet this unbearable moment. But I'm not at all surprised because this is who we are. Minnesotans believe in the rule and law in Minnesotans, believe in the dignity of all people. We're a place where there's a room for everybody, no matter who you are or who you love or where you came from. A place where we feed our kids, we take care of our neighbors, and we look out for those in the shadows of life.
Well, I figured out where all the monkeys came from, by the way. Him and Pritzker, they were working for them, making all the decisions, and they just got tired of both of their shit, threw their hands up in the air, and rod a goat all the way out of town. That's where they came from. That's what happened. I'm convinced.
It says it was a mostly peaceful riot and looting. Yes. Well, somebody, I get shadow banned for talking about things, but somebody live streamed multiple ICE and FBI vehicles being destroyed and looted, including taking laptops, personal information from the vehicles, as well as weapons.
What?
So, yes, it was live streamed last night. They broke into a weapons locker in a federal vehicle, and they stole rifles and ammunition before fleeing. And Nick live streamed it the entire time. So,
well, yeah, but he turned it over to the proper authorities so they could identify that.
Well, I understand that, but I get in trouble for saying certain words, and he's live streaming crimes going on in progress. So
right now he's kind of covered.
Okay for him, I guess, but whatever. So, let's see, what do we got here? No, we're not going to restart the computer right now. Jacob Frey says federal, local law enforcement are literally fighting one another and blames Trump for creating making chaos. So in the wake statement of a federal law enforcement shooting during the apprehension of Venezuelan illegal immigrant on Thursday night in Minneapolis, Mayor Jacob Frey said in a press conference that locals are asking city police to fight ICE agents on the street.
That wouldn't turn out well in anybody's favor.
They're wanting them to fight them.
The federal agents.
Yes.
That's nice.
He wants to know why we've been put in this situation. Because he says we have 600 police officers. They have 300 ICE agents. And
well, see, police officer there, I would resign and I would go and work for ICE.
I just don't see them fighting. I mean, I can't see it. There might be one or two, but I can't see. I don't know. So on Wednesday night, a federal law enforcement officer conducted a targeted traffic stop of a Venezuelan illegal immigrant who fled the scene in his car, crashed, and attempted to flee on foot. The subject began to resist arrest and violently assaulted the officer once they caught up to him. During which time two subjects came from a nearby apartment and attacked the officer with shovel and broom handles. As the two attacked, the original subject broke free and struck the officer with what was described as a shovel or broomstick. Fearing for his life and safety as he was being ambushed by three individuals, the officer fired a defensive shot to defend his life. The initial subject was hit in the leg, according to DHS. Both the officer and the subject were taken to the hospital, and the two other attackers were taken into custody. This was right after they both got up there and gave their little speech. That sounds peaceful to me. So, and my question is, why did he shoot him in the leg? Maybe he was on the ground and it was moving. I don't know. It wasn't there. We might see body camera. So this comes to us from Twitchy. It says, dude, so close. Mayor Jacob Frey's whiny ICE invasion meltdown backfires spectacularly. So Frey said, imagine if your city or town was invaded by thousands of federal agents that do not share the values that hold dear. And one reply was, funny how this logic never applies to the invasion of illegal aliens.
Right.
Another comment in reply to him was, well, imagine if your country was invaded by millions of criminals that do not share the values that you hold dear. I note that he's going after the agents. When the IRS went after conservative organizations, no right-winger blamed the agents. Nobody tried to dox them. Nobody assaulted them because we realize where the real power is. But the left always goes after the working class. Imagine if your country was invaded by millions of foreigners that do not share the values that you hold dear, Mayor Fry. So, you mean values like law and order, personal responsibility, respect for authority, those kinds of values?
Yeah, like he honors that.
So that backfired on him. So yeah. So now they're trying in court to invoke the 10th Amendment. Minnesota and Illinois are. They're basically trying to say sovereign immunity for the state. Yep, within hours of each other, they sought to curb the administration in the ongoing crackdown in their states. The lawsuits have been filed based on the 10th Amendment to back their claim. The surge of immigrations and customs of ICE and border agents, which has stoked nationwide protests as well as violence and fear in their cities, is tantamount to federal overreach and a violation of the state's sovereignty. So they're claiming the state has sovereignty from the Fed. So they're invoking. They lost the first one, so now they're invoking the 10th Amendment. So,
what if they lose this one?
Well, this is the deal. Constitutional lawyers that are experts on this saying that's putting state rights to self-govern and protect the citizens against federal government's ability to enforce immigration laws. So it's gonna be a real slippery slope, and it could put them back to succession. So I had an idea as I was reading through all this. Why don't we just give them to Canada and we take Greenland? We'll just swap. You take Illinois, Minnesota, they're yours. We'll take Greenland. We're out. Deuces.
Right.
Sorry, Chris, you need to move quickly. So, or you'll be an illegal alien. So, but I don't know. We're going to see how that one plays out. I don't know. That's going to be an interesting one. That'll make it up to the Supreme Court. So it's not going to be an overnight ruling, I'm sure. So we just talked about this. The ICE officer shooting a illegal subject in the suspect in the leg during a shovel attack. Well, it's turned into a full-scale riot in Minnesota. They have taken to the streets and gotten violent, and we've had to deploy, which is funny. They don't want more of us. Well, I should say us, but they don't want more agents, but yet they keep getting more violence. So we have to send more law enforcement because theirs is backing down.
Right.
Maybe you should be peaceful. I'm just saying. So, but yep, protests erupting and complete chaos was on the streets of Minnesota last night. So, yeah, we've had to send even more agents in, and we've actually had to bring in from other agencies from an inner office thing I read earlier. So Minneapolis transforms into a war zone after the ICE agent shot the subject. So we thought it was bad after the shooting of Renee Good. Well, now it's gotten worse. Emotions are riding high. Consistent increase in the numbers of ICE protests are erupting in heated clashes. Wednesday night, after the ICE agent shot somebody in a, quote, targeted traffic stop. So he was arrested. They don't talk about it, but there was a brief standoff where they had to bring in the feds because the locals wouldn't help him. The two barricaded themselves into a building, and they had to wait on the feds to get there. The local authorities didn't show up. That's conveniently not mentioned in a lot of these articles. So, yeah. So they barricaded themselves, and the local police wouldn't respond to a subject that had attacked law enforcement that was barricaded in a building. So they had to wait on federal SWAT teams and agents to come in. So interesting, isn't it? They want the 10th Amendment for immunity, sovereign immunity, but yet they won't send in. And what about the other people that were in that building? They were at danger of being injured by those two. So sovereign immunity apparently only works for one thing. So I don't know. Trump, this comes to us from Red State, goes nuclear on walls. Stop the violence against ICE agents now, or I'll bring out the really big guns. It doesn't look like the video put out by the governor went down too well at the White House. In a foaming at the mouth moment, Waltz encouraged the Minnesotans to, among other things, organize and teach them how to be agitators, use their phones to take photos, create a database to prosecute, and generally do everything they can to cause chaos and dangerous situation that has resulted in the shooting death of one far-left agitator. So we've quoted the Walt story already, so I'm not going to repeat that, but he's putting in a dangerous call of action. So now the president's response is equally clear. Stop the attacks on ICE immediately, or he will use the Insurrection Act to quickly put an end to the travesty that is taking place in Minnesota. He issued that stark warning Thursday morning in a Truth Social post. His quote was, "If the corrupt politicians of Minnesota don't obey the law and stop the professional agitators and the insurrectionists from attacking the patriots of ICE, who are only trying to do their job, I will institute the Insurrection Act, which many presidents have done before me, and quickly put an end to the travesty that is taking place in the once great state. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President BJT." So,
yeah.
So if he did do this would allow him to suppress insurrection, rebellion, and domestic violence, enforce federal law when state authorities cannot or will not, and protect constitutional rights when states fail to do so. So Trump isn't playing a game of chicken here. He means exactly what he's telling Walz. Stop
right.
this, clean up your mess. So, but see, this goes back, you and I were talking about this. I really think this is what that side wants. I really do. So,
well, he's giving them every opportunity to fix what's wrong, other than arresting them and putting their state in control.
Well,
putting it under control.
He cannot remove a governor. He doesn't have the federal power to do that. That can only be done at the state level. Now, he can go in with the Insurrection Act and declare martial law. The problem with that is you can only do that nationwide.
Now, hang on, because there is something else.
Yes.
They come up with that report that he was over all that fraud. He can be arrested.
He can be arrested. You're correct. He can be arrested, but he cannot be removed as governor by the Fed.
Well, I'm pretty sure that they've got somebody waiting by so they can arrest his butt for that.
Oh, I'm sure. But at this point, they could probably use the Treason Act. That's a real star reach, but I don't know. I don't know that I want to go that far. I agree that this needs to stop. This chaos and mayhem needs to stop. I'm a little concerned with the going door to door and setting up checkpoints. Show me your papers. And I say that not because I don't want law and order. I say that because here's the problem. You get on this slippery slope, and we do this to stop insurrection, but now we've set a standard, if you will, and so what happens if the next guy in decides he wants to do it for something else? I mean,
well,
where do you stop? Where do we get off this train? How do we get off of this train?
Yeah, well, with everything that's going on, here's the deal. If they fix what's wrong with a lot of these people, if that can be fixed, there may never be another Democrat unless it is somebody that has conservative views allowed in office again.
But see, there you go. That's allowed in office. You're setting a horrible precedent.
Well, that anybody would want.
Well, I mean, it still needs to be determined at the ballot box. I agree.
Right.
But that precedent, that standard you set by saying, if you do X, we're going to do Z.
I think that they should go back to having like either a Democrat as president and a Republican as vice president, or a Republican as president and a vice president as a Democrat. They used to do that. Yeah,
it used to be. You could be dueling political parties, but that's also what Vance's job is as the head of the Senate. So he went actually and cast a tie-breaking vote to squash the War Powers Act against Trump. So he broke the tie, which was no shocker there. But I don't know. Like I said, I agree that something needs to be done, but.
Yeah, because this is.
But here's the other thing. Under a previous administration, Obama, these same agents deported people, and there wasn't this uprising and chaos.
About millions of people.
So yeah, he did. So now there could be arguments about the legalities and technicalities, but they're just doing this because they don't like Trump.
Yeah,
and that's
exactly it.
Why, here's the over 50% of the country voted to keep him or elect him as president. Yeah. So that's the way the country is moving. That's the momentum at the time or currently. I don't know if that'll continue, but he was legally elected. So, so the people, I don't know. We didn't go out and do this when Obama was elected.
Oh yeah, and
so
it's like him going over to Venezuela. Nobody remembers Obama taking drones and going into the Middle East and killing all those women and children in their homes.
Yeah, well, remember one of the things I actually like about the Obama administration is where he instructed the Air Force to create the I don't know what it's basically a a missile with a sword on it. So, which, each president is going to do something you don't like. I mean, that's every one of them. And every one of them will probably do something you do like or that will benefit you.
Right.
But we can't allow this chaos and mayhem. But
True.
like I said, at what point do we set a really ugly precedent of going in and suppressing this? I don't know. I don't know how we get off this.
Here's the biggest problem. Okay. If these mayors were not out there telling these people in these protests,
agree,
go out there, stop their cars, do this, do that, stop them from doing this. That's where the big problem lies, right there, because these people are listening to them. So what is your option? What's your option? Go in and arrest these governors and mayors for treason?
That's what I said. Where do we get off of this crazy train?
But then all that's going to do is cause a civil war or civil unrest. Yep. So and what is the next best thing to do? Is to call the Insurrection Act, get these people off of the streets so these officers can do their jobs and do it properly without being in fear of somebody beating them with a shovel, running them over with a car. You got to put some priorities in one hand and some in the other. Okay. Yeah. Yes, it can set for a bad president, but here's the deal. Democratic people, look at what they're doing. Republicans don't do this. We have a little bit better heads on our shoulders.
But it's just right now we're the ruling party. So, like I said, I don't disagree with you. I don't understand how we're going to get off this crazy train. If we do a broad overreach and we start taking out elected officials and we just round up people, our citizens, American citizens, then we're setting a really bad precedent for future.
We are not just rounding up American citizens.
No, we're
rounding up the American citizens that have something wrong upstairs.
Okay, who are we to decide that?
Have you seen what they're doing?
I am not arguing with you. I'm just saying, how do we come to that decision? Because then they could say, oh, well, Glenn here was crazy for talking about him.
Well, if the states would do like Texas did with these rioters, it wouldn't be happening. And our governor straight up said, we are not Minnesota. This is not going to happen.
And there's been several elected officials that have said that. So we're going to see. The president could use the Insurrection Act. I think he can just put it onto Minnesota, but I don't know. He could bring it up against the whole United States.
He doesn't want to do it, but it's getting to the point where his hands being forced.
Yes.
With all the violence that's going on, his hands being forced.
I agree. So all right, so this comes to us from Twitchy. As we told you last night, there was another officer-involved shooting. If you've already guessed that the Democrats and other assorted lefties are going to try and make everybody believe that they're just going around shooting innocent people minding their business, that's exactly what's happening. We'll start out with the city of Minneapolis's post on X. We are aware of reports of a shooting involving a federal law enforcement in North Minneapolis. We are working to confirm additional details. This evening, one adult male was shot by federal immigration enforcement agents in the 600 block of 24th Avenue North. He was transferred to a local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. We understand there is anger. We ask you to remain calm. So, and then followed that, we demand, this is the city of Minneapolis, an official post. We demand that ICE leave the city and state immediately. We stand by our immigrant and refugee communities and know that you have our full support. So the official city is stating that they support the illegal aliens. So
Like I said the other day, we can just go ahead and put a wall up around that state entirely. And if anybody, they feel overran and they want to flee, well, guess what? We'll just throw them back over. Too bad. This is what you wanted. Bye-bye. Have fun. Good luck.
I don't understand why I didn't shoot all three of them. Just be honest. Well, maybe they're at their backs. I don't know. I'm not trying to incite any type of violence.
Do not want to take a life.
Well, I understand that.
People are thinking that these agents are out there running around wild like they're in the old Wild West and just shooting whoever the fuck they want. And that's not what's happening. These people don't want to take a life. They are just doing their job.
I understand. I'm not arguing with you, but no officer wants to just show up and do it. So I agree wholeheartedly there, but I don't know. Where do we get off this crazy train?
I don't know. I feel like I'm on a merry-go-round and somebody's really pushing that thing, and I'm fixing to fly off the seat. You know, I'm done. Yeah. This is crazy. I'm still looking for the mothership because I want off this rock.
Well, let's go to this next article here because we got a lot to get to. So they used a tow truck. You heard me correctly, to rip a locker out of, which basically we just called a safe, out of a SUV that had the weapons and ammunition and stuff for a ICE agent. Now the police could have showed up, but they didn't. So they tied a rope to the weapons locker from a tow truck and they removed it. Minneapolis PD refused to respond. See, this is the problem.
Yep.
The local law enforcement, and I would bet money that the police officers there would love to be able to enforce the law. So
the 911 call probably never even went out to them. Their hands are probably tied.
And this comes to us from the New York Post. Antifa posts it on one of the vehicles, a threat. The only good ICE agent is a dead ICE agent. This is their words, not ours. And F ICE. So yeah, that's all peaceful protests. So
yeah,
it's
did
just
they never catch the people that took the weapons?
Nope, they're still at large.
Great. Now we got more crazy people out there running around with weapons.
Yep. They used a tow truck to remove the. They call it.
They get the tow truck.
Well, I'm sure it was a company somebody owned it. I don't know. Hell, maybe they stole it. So I don't know. So, but yeah. So they used a tow truck to tear a vehicle apart. So, and then afterwards, like we said, they demand that ICE leave the city and state immediately. They have posted that is their demand. That's one of their demands. They want the federal people out. So of their state.
Can I give a movie review at some point before we finish?
We got a lot to get to. So
okay, go.
Let's see. I've beat this dead horse here. I'm done talking about it. This comes to us from PJ Media. A man-hating anti-ICE observer says quiet part out loud about why she does it. Now, you can read the whole article, and but we'll just get to the post part where she said it. The woman in the video, I'll leave I won't take apart her personal thing, but one thing that hating men has trained me for. It has literally trained me for chasing effing ICE cars off my street. 5 of them right now, following down the neighborhood, honking, blowing, whistling. All that rage I have felt towards men is coming out. I have been trained for this moment. Bitch, I will follow you everywhere. This was a post from one of their leaders there. It's an army of liberal white women. So they hate men, and all of the ICE agents are mostly men. So they're going on
did they remove
their rage out.
Did they remove all the adult stores out of Minnesota so these women cannot? I mean, obviously there are things there that they could buy that might help them with their rage and anger, and they don't need a man.
Renee Good's family has hired the George Floyd lawyer to go after federal officials. So there you go. That was breaking news. That was the headline. I'll read it. This is from American Thinker. It talks about leftist women get, if possible, crazier, and Naomi Wolf's theory about it. You can go to the American Thinker and read the whole article, but it talks about angry white women. They said that they feel like they have been privileged their entire life, and that one of the issues, I'm just going to get to the bottom of this article. You can go read it if you want. It's a very interesting article that brings up a lot of really interesting points, but women go crazy when they don't have the ballast of a strong, sane, manly men to anchor them. And the left, of course, has absurdly worked to destroy American men. So that's the bottom line from American Thinker, and that's their opinion from Naomi Wolf. So
God give me patience, because if you give me a leg, I'm going to jail.
Oh, we got a story about a leg coming up here.
Is it mine?
I don't know. So, Trump torches the New World Order. It talks about we have seized a 6th tanker, and we are basically cutting off oil to 2 parts of the country that depended on Venezuelan oil. Actually 3, Cuba, Iran, and Russia. I'm sorry, China as well. So 4. Okay. And he has put he's put Europe on notice that we're not going to play nicely, that we're going to carry a big stick. So basically, according to the American Thinker, we are torching the New World Order. So Denmark, well, they have arrived in Greenland with their military. So it's funny. They didn't want to protect them until they were told that, well, it's ours. It's our choice.
Well, didn't they send some of their military over to help our military for something too? And now all of a sudden,
there was the help from the Europeans when we seized that tanker. Yes. But they didn't have troops stationed or working out of there. And now suddenly we got all these countries showing up to defend Denmark from us. So I don't know where this is going. It's another crazy train. Trump is unpredictable, and Greenlanders voice fear as the U.S. and Denmark hold talks over the island's future. So, like I said, it's funny. They didn't want anything really to do with them. They were an island all of their own over here. And then suddenly, with the U.S. interest, boom, they're
now they're going to become Green Mark anyways.
Yeah, Green Mark. So this was breaking. Last night everybody was saying we were going to attack Iran. Well, supposedly Netanyahu asked Trump to postpone the attacks last night. Apparently the plan was in place, and even the Iranian government knew it was coming, but Netanyahu said that he wanted to postpone it because Iran was stopping the attacks on their protesters and citizens. So we'll see. So far, Iran is doing what they're supposed to. But that article,
I don't believe it.
Well, I didn't say I believed it either, but they say it's postponed. Okay, I'm not. Trump says the executions and killings have stopped, so we have postponed it. Here we go, talking about the U.S. Southern Command captured a 6th Venezuelan-linked oil tanker. So
they stopped using the little boats that were going boom?
No, apparently we're using bigger toys now to get them. So the Department of War is on an unwavering mission to crush illicit activity in the Western Hemisphere in partnership with the United States Coast Guard, DHS, and Justice Department. In the pre-dawn action, Marines and sailors from Joint Task Force Southern Spear seized another oil tanker.
Another one.
That's number 6. So there you go. Number 6 last night.
Oh, Lordy.
Let's see. We talked about that. The International Space Station astronauts splashed down last night. You remember there was an astronaut who developed a serious medical condition. They have not said who or what it was. They just did an emergency basically they left the space mission in an emergency descent from the International Space Station. So it took 11 hours after they exited the space station. The first stop for all of them was a overnight hospital stay in standard medical checks. NASA still not said who the crew member was or what the situation was, but they said all four are safe and in good spirits. So there you go. Sadistic grandma tortures grandson 12 to death in amputation horror. I'm not going to read that. So.
No.
What's breaking news down there? Let's see. What's 7 states? Do we just have a list? Just want a list. That's all I want, a list. Netherlands, Canada, Britain, of course, France, Sweden. Yeah, they're all going to be down there. So they're being coordinated in Copenhagen rather than Norfolk, Virginia. Interesting. So there you go. There's 7 countries that are suddenly interested in doing. Oh, the 7 nations include Canada, Denmark, France, Germany, Norway, Sweden, as well as the Netherlands. So they're saying security of the Arctic is a priority. It's funny. They didn't they didn't want that until all of a sudden we were interested. So Democrat Ted Lieu is among lefties who have always tried to project the mess that was the Biden administration onto Trump, sometimes with hilarious results. Well, last night in a post, he put that U.S. grocery prices reached record high in 2025. Well, yeah, we're coming off the previous administration, so yeah.
Just a little bit. Ours actually is not bad here. Our gas is down, everything.
Yeah, gas is down here. Well, I've always said once prices go up on certain things, they're not going to come back down, no matter what. I really feel that. So, I mean, big things, cars, gas, they might, but I don't know. So, Democrats might kick John Fetterman out of the Democrat Party because he has broken ranks, and they really don't like it.
Go Fetterman.
Fetterman reveals he has no problem with ICE rounding up criminal illegal aliens and sending them back to where they came from. He spoke on Fox saying that it's unsustainable. It shouldn't be unreasonable to want to secure our border and do it in that way. So he's made clear that he's breaking with the party on that issue. So there you go. Fetterman, he's rejected to many of the Democrat parties. He's becoming their worst Democrat.
I think that him and Rubio would do good running together.
There you go. Fetterman pointed out Obama deported millions of illegals during his regime, yet somehow that didn't spark the theatrical display of resistance we're seeing now. So, yeah, he is absolutely correct. So, yeah, they're going to kick him out. So, let's see here. This comes to us from I was going to try and read this, but we're running late. The American Thinker. The president is a badass. It goes in and lists all the things that's happened and how he is standing up and doing things. You can go to the American Thinker and read it, but the opinion is our president is a badass. The man knows no fear except for failing. He is so confident in his own skin and brain that the risk of failing is minimal. The man came close to dying twice, so he realizes that God's hand is upon him, and he's got a job to do in his service of saving America from the people who have tried to kill her, many of whom are in Congress actively working to destroy our freedom and liberty. Trump knows they're friends, and he will go after them. Okay, so that's from the American Thinker. So we'll do some sports real quick to do some cheerier news. So John Harbaugh, you remember he was fired with the Baltimore Eagles. Well, it appears he's just going to go straight up 95, and his contract is going to exceed $100 million. Wow. So he was only making $17 million per season in Baltimore. He left after 18 after being fired. And it appears the Giants are going to open their wallets for him and all of his staff. So it's being reported that him and the Giants have been having dinners, lunches, meetings, and all of their agents have been getting together. The Giants have been starved for wins in many years now. So it appears that they're backing up the Brinks truck, according to the New York Post, and they will be signing John Harbaugh to a 5-year contract. So that's interesting. We'll see. I haven't seen if it's been made official yet, but that appears the way it's going. In Atlanta, Kirk Cousin, well, he has got a TV job. After $180 million from Atlanta, he is now going to be moving to the TV. CBS pregame show is where he will be going, probably to replace Matt Ryan. So got $180 million from the Falcons. Didn't do much. It was a disaster. And now he's going to get many more millions being a sports commentator. Wow. I'm glad for him in one way. So, Chris, this story is just for you. It's from the National Enquirer. Former hockey goalie Michaela Demeter busts out of strappy top in sultry bathroom selfies and has broken the internet. She turned up the heat on Instagram. The update shared, giving followers another close-up look at her confident, camera-ready style. The female ice hockey goalie on social media personality, who's 25, continues to lean into her sports spotlight as she posts a series of sultry bathroom and mirror shots that are blended with gym core appeal.
Okay, I don't want to sound sexist or anything, but how in the hell did she play ice hockey with them bazoomas on her chest? That had to have been really hard on her.
Maybe they strap them in tightly. I don't know.
And there was a reporter in Washington. Into something she sure to hell did.
There was a Washington news reporter that was just at a hockey game and was struck in the breast and had to be rushed to the hospital because it ruptured her silicone.
I mean, I can't say that she couldn't do it because I was built kind of like that when I was in high school. And I was a cheerleader, and that was pretty rough. But still,
I don't know. Maybe it's more cushion. I don't know. So, but she's obviously in shape, and she's in a lot of shapes. So I got this story just for Chris. There you go, Chris. You get me. You have me getting ads down here for thongs. I'll see your thong ads and raise you a hockey goalie. But apparently, in the women's hockey league, she was a pretty good goalie, but she retired, and now she's got a
probably makes more money on OnlyFans.
I don't know if she has an OnlyFans. I will be googling that later. Chris says I love hockey. How did I not see that one coming?
I didn't know we had a women's hockey team, though. Really, seriously.
Yeah, there's women's basketball. There's women's hockey.
Well, I know there's women's basketball.
There's football. It's
soccer.
not contact. It's
it's
flag
like
football,
tag, isn't it?
Yeah, it's flag football, which is we all played in school. But there's a lot.
Really Ludacris
and Nelly are making headlines on social media and being criticized for participating in a quote MAGA coded musical festival. So apparently, Nelly and Ludacris are joining Kid Rocks and others for a conservative-leaning festival, and it's broken the internet. The two rappers are now being roasted on social media for their involvement. Posters shared a variety of reactions. Some are amused by their inclusion into the lineup. Ludacris and Nelly playing this MAGA Nazi fest is hilarious, posted one popular artist. Others expressed disappointment. All money is not good money. Ludacris and Nelly, I'm not surprised. I would have thought long and hard before being a part of this. What we're offering here can get you tenfold elsewhere. It's not worth the PR hassles. Another one said last year, much of the criticism is directed towards Ludacris. Not surprised by Nelly, but you, Ludacris, they are really upset. Bernie Mac shaking his head in disappointment. Others specified that Ludacris is basically just in a fantasy land in a white, I don't know, I don't even know how to pronounce that word. So he was saying he was white. Then they said a surprise, black rich men love Trump. So yeah, Nelly and Ludacris are being roasted on social media for taking place in the Hamburg, New York Music Festival. Have Kid Rock, Hank, Ludacris, and others. So in Nelly and Blake Shelton, Creed. So yeah, there's quite a bit of them, but they're in hot water for that. So, hi Brenda, this story is just for you. The surprising benefits. This comes to us from our friends at the BBC. The surprising benefits of standing on one leg. Balancing on a single limb can be surprisingly challenging as we get older, but training yourself to do for it longer helps make you stronger, boosts your memory, and keeps your brain healthier. Okay, so balancing on one leg doesn't take a lot of thought, but our ability to hold in this position matures around the ages of 9 or 10 and then peaks in our late 30s. If you're over 50, your ability to balance on a single leg for more than a few seconds indicates a surprising amount about your general health and how well you're aging. One of the main reasons that you standing on one leg is a measure of your health is its length with progressive age-related loss of muscle tissue. From the age of 30 onwards, we lose muscle mass at a rate of 8% per decade. By the time we reach our 80s, some researchers suggested up to 50% of the people have clinical scarponia. I don't know what the hell that is. So it's been linked to everything from diminished blood sugar control to waning immunity. So there you go, Brenda. Standing on one leg really helps you out. So,
well, I will tell you this: if I am standing to where I have my calf up against something, then I can balance and I can stand there for actually
that's leaning,
a
Brenda.
minute or so. No, I can stand straight up. I don't use it to lean on. As long as it's touching my leg, it can just touch it a little bit. I can stand for a while. But going forward and doing it with nothing behind me at all, my balance is off and it's horrible. So, yeah.
Let's see. This breaking news from the AP. Venezuela's acting president calls for oil industry reforms to allow for more foreign investment. She calls for diplomacy with the United States, and she was greeted by crowds as she left the White House. So, all right. And apparently the acquisition group for us taking Greenland will meet regularly. I don't know what that means, but apparently the two sides are still talking. So there we go.
Oh, yay.
Apparently Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry was appointed in charge of this special envoy. All right. That's weird. I don't know why him, but let's see. What else we got here? Racist arrests in New York. In Minnesota is a new lawsuit. Let's see. White House says 800 executions were scheduled to take place in Iran were halted. So let's see. That's good news. Trump's envoy is going to DC to Greenland now for more meetings. So apparently we're moving our meetings over there. I guess our VP is going over there. So now we're going to go over there and go, all right, this is where the golf course is. This is where the Trump Hotel is. This is where the casino is. 11:30 a.m. Homeland Security says Trump can send the military to Minneapolis. So the Minnesota Attorney General is ready to go to court if the Insurrection Act is invoked. So we've imposed more sanctions on Iran. Well, okay. Now Maine is bracing for a ICE enforcement surge. So let's see where else are we. I'm just reading the headlines of the past. U.S. forces in Caribbean sees another tanker. I don't know if that's the 6 or the 7. 9:20, Trump is engaged in a campaign of organized brutality, according to the Minnesota governor. So, there's so many headlines here. Starting at 7 a.m. All right, let's Chris says I placed a bid for $75 on eBay for Greenland and got outbid.
Didn't have enough, huh? Oh, doggone it.
Yeah, I don't know that I won 75, so I just want to visit. So.
Chris, you want us to start a GoFundMe so that you can buy it out from underneath everybody?
Oh, Lord, I'm not even touching that. Let's see, we were already here. I think the press conference is over at the White House, and it appears so. The Senate, they're in session doing something. Who knows what they're doing? They're doing a vote on a Consolidated Appropriations Act, whatever the hell that means. So they're currently doing a vote, a roll call vote, 55 for, 7 against, currently as it stands. Let's see what's going on down in Congress. Are they even in session? Nope, they're not. Thursday at 9 a.m. Thursday at 9 a.m. What
you see that big
where
spot? Wait,
where
that big spot they have like on the floor right there in between the two podiums. That's where this spot in here, that's where they where their guys standing. That's where they throw their childish fits. They throw themselves on the ground right there and they spin around in circles. Leaves enough room for them to do that and act like they're
I'm just trying to figure out they're supposed to be in session Thursday, January 15th at 9 a.m. And
they have the perfect job. They just show up and wander around the Capitol and wander around everywhere else. And
where the hell are they? Yeah, they're supposed to be there. So. All right, let's hit the daily FEMA operations brief real quickly. Well, they're worried about heavy snow in the Great Lakes and southern Appalachia. I warned you, go get your bread, your milk, and your toilet paper in your south. It's coming. Right. High winds in the northern and central plains, and in the central and southern plains, they're worried about elevated fire weather. Well, let's go to a more recent weather forecast than this. Let's see. President's schedule. Let me update it because for security reasons, they have been dropping things at the last minute. Let's see. We're already up to he met with the other leader of Venezuela. He had his intelligence briefing, and then he's going to participate at 4 in a visit from the 2025 Stanley Cup champions, the Florida Panthers. So the U.S. is currently at DEFCON 3. So supposedly the most recent alert is we are sending the USS Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group to the Middle East. So there's that. Let's get updated weather here because there's a whole lot of it. If you're in Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, New York, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, stretching all the way back over to the Dakotas, in Montana, in Wyoming, you can anticipate snow. The Dakotas need to be on high alert for heavy snow, and they also need to be aware of the high wind that is possibly coming. If you're in the South, well, we're going to start with tomorrow, a freezing bag of slush. And then by the weekend, well, the freezing bag of slush and ice in the South is going to change over to snow. Some models have called for a ½ inch of snow in New Orleans and over an inch in Atlanta. So we'll see. We'll get more updated information. Right now, we're worried about the most heavy snow is in Maine, New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, Pennsylvania, and back over into the Dakotas. So there's that. Let's look real quick. Looking at probable heavy rains. It appears, where is this? In northern Australia, Halls Creek, it looks like Catherine, Broome, and Tennant Creek back to the north can anticipate some heavy rain for today. And we'll move on quickly. Discovering the weather from the Bureau of Meteorology. Sydney, you're at 20. And Melbourne, you're at 18. Brisbane, 25. Perth, 24. Adelaide, 17. Hobart, 13. Canberra, 17. And Darwin, you're at a high of 26. but it feels hotter out there. Check with your Bureau of Meteorology because there are current warnings for New South Wales, Victoria, Queensland, Western and Southern Australia, as well as Tasmania in the Capital Territories and the Northern Territories. Looking over here in the U.S., well, Pennsylvania, they're already putting out a lake effect snow warning, as well as Ohio. Winter weather advisories in several states, including Indianapolis and Kentucky. Whoa, it just updated. Ohio can anticipate. Is that Ohio? Yep, that's Ohio. Okay, so Ohio can anticipate, let me back out, heavy freezing spray warnings coming off the Great Lakes. That was just issued. It's severe. Let's see here. Fire weather watch over in Kansas and Nebraska. Storm warnings. Where else? Where else but Australia? I'm sorry, not Australia, Alaska. North Dakota, high wind warnings. I mentioned that earlier. The Dakotas need to be aware of high wind today and later. The high wind will have heavy snow with it, so be prepared for that. Red flags in Colorado, Kansas, Nebraska for the fire weather. Wisconsin,
the House will be in order. The prayer will be offered by Chaplain Gibbon.
Whoa, that scared the hell out of me.
Daylight out of me.
I thought you fell.
Oh Lord our God, we pray for strength and courage.
All right, that's the House is apparently, they were supposed to show up at 9 and they got here at almost 4. So yeah, good timing.
What time do we have? Because for some reason my live recording ticket reset itself.
I don't know. It's still showing we're recording for an hour and 55 minutes. We're still live.
Mine says we've been on for 3 minutes and 32 seconds.
I don't know
what happened.
I don't know. You have Verizon. I don't know what the heck the deal is. So, well, the chat's not lively. So let me refresh, make sure we're still live over on the tube. It appears we are. So I don't know. Okay. Let's see. Well, we were talking about this. If you're in the South, all the way down to Key West, well, anticipate cold weather. Georgia, the Carolinas, all the way up to the Delmarva in Virginia, D.C., back over to the Appalachia. Well, in the South, it's cold. It's going to get colder, and it's going to snow. So go get your bread, your milk, your toilet paper. If you're in the South, you're probably going to die. So... So all right, we're gonna get out of here. Text message and check on Andy. Chris says.
I know. I actually talked to him on the radio yesterday, Chris, and I told him he needs to come and check in. And we were thinking maybe one day he can come and sit on the panel so everybody can see him and see that he's still alive.
He's more than welcome to. In fact, I'd encourage it. So, all right. So that's pretty much all of it for today. We'll go out of here playing our new song. I hope everybody's having a great day. We will be back tomorrow. Oh, guess what, Brenda?
What?
Tomorrow's Friday.
Oh, crazy Friday. I love it. I love it.
So yes.
I love Friday. I'm doing a show Saturday night, but that's okay.
It would be huge and Lord hell. All right, everybody, we're going to get out of here. Have a great day. We will talk to you soon. We'll go out of here with our
wake up to the chaos on the stream.
Yeah, we will talk to everybody tomorrow. Sportcat, Brenda, we're getting the hell out of here.
That's right.
I'm going to go buy my toilet paper and bread. I'll be dead soon. So here we go.
I have to find the pills I dropped.
Jokes, no bunker, just views. A quiz in history. Weather on the scroll from Greenland to the galaxy. They've got every goal. Laugh at fear, let the world do its thing. Sportcats Gazette, it's the chaos we sing. Sportcats Gazette, don't bunker tonight. We're riding the headlines with laughter and light. No prepping for doom, we dance in the fray. Sportcat keeps us laughing through the end of the day.